do you feel about being linked to that group of people?
Do I identify as an incel? I mean, how could you ask me that question?
Way back in 2023, I was hired to record some videos talking about privilege by a diversity, equity, and inclusion trainer who specifically sought me out because of the content that I make here as Professor Neil. And when I asked them why, like why me specifically, but also why a straight cis white dude, they gave me two different kinds of answers. The first one simply being that straight white dudes listen to other straight white dudes. And so the company decided to leverage that bias even if it risked perpetuating and reinforcing some of the stereotypes that we were trying to undercut. The second reason that they gave me was a little more specific to me, and it is also a piece of feedback that I have heard from a few different organizations that I've worked with now. They wanted somebody who would read as cool, sexy, and masculine, who at least at first glance, and then maybe with a few superficial tweaks, looks and sounds like men in the Manosphere do. Now, using these exact words, of course, they wanted a man who could mog manfluencers. And look, I don't know for a fact that that's what they were trying to do on this interview with 60 Minutes Australia. I don't know that they intentionally chose somebody who looks an awful lot like an Australian Pedro Pascal. And I don't know that they chose him because they thought that it would get under Clavicular's skin, or that he might be a little bit off of his game if he were in the presence of somebody who is older, more charismatic, better dressed, arguably also better looking. But if this was an effort to assert dominance, to alpha him, to beat him at his own game, then it was a stunning success. And I am certainly not saying this is the only or even necessarily the best approach to take with manfluencers. I'm certainly not suggesting that anyone should try to exchange blows with, those manfluencers who are trained mixed martial artists. But I do wholeheartedly believe that every approach reaches someone that couldn't have been reached any other way. And so much of the authority of looksmaxers like this rest on their ability to project effortless aura. An aura that it is becoming increasingly obvious is strained and artificial and fragile, and not even a match for someone who, it may turn out, didn't even know the rules of the game that he won.